So you want to start a YouTube channel, but you've been too scared to do it. I'm going to tell you how to get the courage to start your YouTube channel. Here we go.
This is your life, no one else has gotta live it. This is your fight that only you can win.
Hello everyone and welcome to Freedom Friday, where you learn how to free yourself and live your dreams. I'm Darienne, your certified spiritual rock star. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications if you would like to get videos just like this one. Now, I don't typically talk about how to get the courage to start a YouTube channel, but I do talk about getting courage. I do talk about gaining confidence. I talk all about mental health and spirituality and more radical, loving, and forgiving ways of looking at things. So if that's something that tickles your fancy, then definitely subscribe. And make sure you like this video if you would like to see more videos like this. So I got a question from a lady by the name of Jessica in the Rockin' Empath Facebook group. Let me read her question. Hey Darienne, how did you get the courage to start a YouTube channel? I want to start one to document my life, my hobbies, my thoughts. I just can't seem to get myself to do it. Also, what editing software do you use to edit your videos? Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit of a backstory about me and when I started YouTube, how I started YouTube, so that you get to understand where I'm coming from. I speak very easily on YouTube. It's like no skin off my back. I go on YouTube lives. I go on Facebook lives. I don't have any nerves about it. Maybe excitement. I mean, to me, it's just so normal these days. So if you want to get to where I am, to the point where it's just so second nature for you to just hit record and start talking, of course, there are times where if there's something I'm saying that's like, I need to say something specific, I get a little bit nervous, but I never write anything down. Everything's completely off the top of the dome, which is probably why I ramble on quite often. But that's where the editing comes in. No, I don't even edit out my rambles, but you know, it's some good shit that comes out of there when I'm channeling stuff. But if you want to get to that point where it's just like so normal, then I'm going to teach you, or I'm going to at least tell you my journey and how I got to this point. Okay. So I started a YouTube channel, my very first YouTube channel back in 2009, which is almost when YouTube started. So YouTube started in 2008, and the next year is when I started my YouTube channel. So it was still so fresh. I remember when I started the channel, and I was known, I feel like everybody I ran into was like, hey, it's the YouTube girl. Like, I was the girl on YouTube because it was so not even a thing yet. Whereas nowadays, everybody is on YouTube. Well, maybe not everybody, because obviously if you're watching this video, you're not yet on YouTube, but you're wanting to get on YouTube. So there's just like millions of people on YouTube now. But back then, there was probably like hundreds of people, maybe thousands, if that, you know? I really don't know those numbers, but I started my YouTube channel because I was deathly afraid to sing and perform in public. I am a singer-songwriter. I have been doing it my whole life, but I was always terrified, and I did not have the courage to get up on a stage and sing. And because I was so effing terrified, I thought, okay, well, I could start with a YouTube channel. And I bought like an HD camera, which back then was like super big. They didn't have, I don't even know, did we even have smartphones back then in 2009? I'm pretty sure I still had like a flip phone back then. I don't even think, like, it wasn't normal for people to have smartphones with like really good video camera quality back then. So everybody had like, what was it called? Like the flip? Is that what it was called? Like that little, I don't know. Everybody had like a cool HD camera. That was like the thing. You could put it in your pocket. It was super cool. I spent like maybe $200 on it, 150 bucks or something. And it was like, I got like a little tripod. It was like top of the line. It actually would be awesome if they still had those to like vlog yourself, if that was like $150 like camera. Anyway, So I started doing that. It would take me hours to record a song. Of course, it's a lot more pressure when you're doing a song. There's a lot more nerves because you actually are having to perform. But I really wish that I could tell you that there was this secret formula for how I got to be where I am today. But honestly, it's just been the last, 9 years of me just doing it. Like, just doing it. And I will post the first video that I ever talked in where I introduced myself, which I was even more nervous to do because the first few videos that I did, I didn't even talk in, I was just singing. I would just sing and I would be super nervous. It would take me hours and hours and hours and like my quality wasn't that great and I would try to do some cool editing and that wasn't that cool. And, you know, people would like complain that my guitar was too loud, that they couldn't hear my voice. And little by little, I mean, I just did it. And it was like every video, I had slight improvements in every video. And then, you know, when it came to my music channel, if you go and look, I'll share my music channel video right here. I'll share the first video I ever spoke on, which was, oh my God, I'm like so embarrassed to share it. Because you'll see, I'm like, hi guys, this is Darienne. I'm like so nervous and I just, when I get nervous, I get like extra nice. I'm like, hi. And I was like that on the video. And I was probably shaking the whole time. And then I sang a song that was probably super shaky the whole time. Like I was probably super pitchy because when I get nervous, my voice gets really pitchy. And then as it goes on and on and on, the videos get better, the production gets better. But here's the mistake that I made with that channel that I don't make anymore here on this channel. This channel started in 2014. I'm not sure exactly where in 2014 that it started, but as you know, it's 2014. But the mistake that I made on my music channel, which is some advice that I can give you guys that are starting your own YouTube channel, is I was such a perfectionist and I was so worried about people being perfect or people not thinking I was perfect and doing things perfectly because of what people were thinking. I was so worried about what others would think of me, and I was such a perfectionist to the point where, I mean, it would take me hours upon days to do the perfect video. And I was like, I would force myself. It was just like I was putting my all into it, and it was not divinely guided. I mean, in a sense it was, because I was singing, I was doing what I love, but like it didn't, and I loved doing them, but it didn't really feel good. It felt the same as like when I would just getting the courage to get up on stage and sing. Like people would say like, oh my God, I'm sure you're nervous. And then you just like get up there and all those nerves go away. And I'm like, no, I am dreading it the whole time. Like I love singing. I love doing this. I love performing. I love writing music. I love playing. But when I do it on stage, like I feel like crap the whole time because I am so nervous. Like I can't even get through the nerves. And so it really just like, it really has just taken me 9 years. I mean, I don't mean to discourage people. Of course, it didn't take me 9 years to get comfortable on camera. It probably took me like 5 or 6, if I'm being really, really honest. It took me 5 or 6 years of like getting on camera and just being my damn self. And it really was when I started this channel that when I started to share things that I thought that people would, I thought that not everybody would really be into this. Isn't that so funny? Like that totally put me in the receiving mode. I thought people really wouldn't be into this. My YouTube channel, my first YouTube channel has like 200 subscribers. This one at the time of recording this has like 11,000. So the thing that I thought people didn't want to hear me talking about, I just like felt so called to do it. I was like, I just really want to talk about this stuff. And I just wanted to share it. That's the channel that got the most. I mean, I've built my entire career. I make all of my money off of, I make my living off of this channel. It's crazy. So like, One, I would just throw all your judgments out the window. What you think it's gonna be, what you think, people are gonna like about you, what you think people aren't gonna like about you. You don't fucking know. Like, you don't know. I didn't know. This is proof that I really did not know what people, not to say people don't love my music, but like, I really thought that people wouldn't really like this. This was just for like a couple people, and like, maybe people will be into this. Maybe I'll have like 5 or 6 like diehard people. Maybe they'll like message me and be like, oh my God, I feel the same or whatever. But no, thousands and thousands of people message me those things like, oh my God, you changed my life, all the time. So when I first started this channel, I made a rule, and these are the rules that I would pass on to you, and I would have you implement these if you're really trying to build up the courage to start a YouTube channel. So for one, you don't need courage when you're not worrying about what people think of you. So try not to do that, right? And the way you don't worry about what people are thinking of and how they're perceiving you is, one of the ways is, what I did was get really, really, really in alignment with your why. Why are you starting the YouTube channel? If you're starting it to get the praise of others, well, then you are setting yourself up for failure, because even if you get 1 million fucking subscribers, you're gonna crash and burn, you're gonna hate your life, it's not gonna be looking good, all right? I just promise you on that one. But if you were like me, where one, I really just felt called to share this stuff, but two, the reason I wanted to share it is because I saw that 14-year-old little girl who was cutting herself, severely depressed, had big dreams, living in an environment that wasn't supporting her, and I knew exactly who I was talking to, and she was my reason for living. She was my reason for existence. She was my reason for everything. Like, when I hit record, I just had my phone. I used to put it, I have a windowsill right here. I didn't have all the fancy camera. I didn't have any of this fancy crap. I wouldn't even put makeup on my face. I was like, I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna hit record. I'm not gonna do any editing, and I'm just gonna upload it. That was my rule. Whereas my music channel, I had on full face of makeup. I did different camera angles. It was highly produced, highly edited. I did the whole 9. But with this one, I was like, no, there are not gonna be any rules like that. And I mean, my first video on this channel, I had like a full face of acne. I got like ascension acne, which is what I would call it. It wasn't even like adult acne. It was just happened for like probably like 6 months. My whole face broke out in acne, and it was during my awakening. And so I would call that ascension acne. I'm pretty sure that that's a thing. But I had acne all over my face. I had like a buzz cut. Remember those days? Go check out my first video on this channel. I had a short pixie cut that was shaved on the whole, all of this was shaved, and then I had the side shave. You guys know all my crazy hairstyles I've had. By the way, this is my all natural. I'm trying to embrace my natural with all my crazy hairstyles. But that was my rule. And so getting over my fear of being on camera, when I looked at the camera through the camera lens, or when I looked at, at first it was me just looking at myself, which is actually what's happening right now, because I can see myself in my, on my camera, right? But I imagined, like, there were times where, on your phone, you get a better quality on the other side. So I would switch it. Eventually I got to the point where I was switching it so the quality was better. And I would look through that lens, and on the other side of that lens was one of 2 things. It was that young girl, but she was also my best friend. She knew me. I could be myself. I didn't have to explain myself. That's another big thing. Like, I just hopped on like everybody knew me. Hey y'all, what's up? How you been? No, I wasn't like that. But basically, like, energetically, that's how I was. Like, I just acted like whoever was on the other side of this screen was my best friend. You already know me, you already love me, you already understand all my quirky little things, and you love me for that, and I get to be myself and just talk, like, when I talk to my best friends, this is how I am. I'm exactly like this. Like, if you meet me on the street, if you meet me for the first time on the street, I'm probably not gonna be like this, right? I'm probably gonna be like, yo, dog, I don't know you. No, I won't really say that, but But you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, all right, we're not best friends. Even though it seems like we're best friends because I act like the people on the camera are best friends, we're not really best friends. I don't really know you, but you do know me. So that can get a little weird just for people that are vlogging. A lot of the people that watch me feel like they know me. And you know my personality, you know who I am, relaxed, you know. Of course I don't tell everything. That's another thing. You might have some boundaries when it comes to your YouTube channel. If you're vlogging or if you're sharing some really personal shit, like I don't share everything, okay? I don't share everything. It may seem like it because I am much more, I'm much more genuine and transparent, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm much more transparent than just any normal human being, really. And I'm much more transparent because I have this beautiful buffer of really, you're just a camera in my bedroom, and then I'm gonna upload this, and then it's gonna reach you into your computer or device that you're watching it, right? So there's this buffer where I'm protected, right? So I have the ability to just be myself. If I were on a stage, I'm protected. I have the ability to just be myself. And you know, there's a really difference if we're going to break it down into the spiritual aspect of it. What's happening when you're on a stage, when you're performing, or you know, I have the ability to do it here because I have a buffer. I have this protection. Our aura actually gets bigger. So right now my aura is like, wah, you know. But when we're around people, we want to be protected. So our aura comes a little bit closer to our bodies, right? We're not all out. We're not like, you know, crazy, but you know, so it's a much different vibe, and you want to know that. And especially if you become like YouTube famous or people know you, like I've had people show up at my doorstep, which was a total boundary crossing. And you know, I had to learn that lesson the hard motherfucking way. Now I don't give my address out to anybody. I have a P.O. box. So you want to be careful about stuff like that. But also know that there really is a time and a place to like be all that you are here on YouTube, and why you're doing it. Really focus on the people that need it. You know, there's a lot of assholes in the world. That's just how the fucking world is. There's a lot of people that are going to say shit. And you know how I think of it? This is also, I should probably do another video about this, but when you're always going to have somebody that has some shit to say on YouTube, okay? I would say, I mean, I don't have an insane amount of followers. I think 11,000 is definitely something that anybody would work towards. I definitely get a lot of awesome stuff from YouTube just from having over 10,000 subscribers. But, you know, there's always going to be, I would say, if you compare me to other channels that have around the same amount of subscribers, they get a lot more haters than I do. I'll tell you why. Because this motherfucking space is nothing but love, okay? So when I see them, I am very protective over my YouTube subscribers, okay? And I'm like, mama, don't play that. If people just come, I'm all for a debate. I'm all for a loving debate, a respectful debate. I'm okay if people have a difference of opinion. If you have a problem with other people's just having a difference of opinion with you, that's something that you probably should work on, right? So all of your YouTube haters are going to reflect back all of your insecurities, okay? So just know that, right? They're gonna make you feel like shit if you already feel fearful, right? Take it as an opportunity to look at that part of yourself. That's what I've done. I've been like, oh, like sometimes I want to tell them off, and I can't tell you how many times I've written something of me telling them off and then not sent it and deleted the whole thing, and then sat with it and thought about it. Like, it's almost like I let my ego get a voice, and then I sat with it. And I was like, okay, what is this triggering in me? Because, you know, I can't even, like, you know, I've had people say, like, who are you to charge money? This doesn't happen often. Maybe I can think of one woman specifically that commented this a couple years ago, and she basically said something along the lines of, like, who are you to charge any amount of money for your services when, you know, this is spiritual work or whatever. That's like a big thing in the spiritual community. Like, who are you to charge? For me, I'm like, honey child, this is my ego, right? Like, I'm like, my hood comes out and I start taking on my earth. And for me, I'm like, my ego immediately is like, excuse me, hello, I have 2 children. You want to feed their mouths? Because I got to feed their mouths. So yeah, I love doing what I do, and I would spend every waking day doing this, but I also need to be fucking supported, and I have children to feed, okay? So like, shut your mouth. That's how I feel, right? Hood starts coming out. But then I have to stop and I go, okay, this is obviously triggering. Like, she wouldn't have said that if I didn't feel insecure about charging people for my services, right? So even if it's something, like, I've had people comment on my hair, on my other channel, and I've had some people, I mean, I've probably had like 5 really just rude, crude comments where I was legit like, fuck you, dude, or I just deleted them and flagged them. You know, but I really don't, like, for the most part, I get the most loving, beautiful, gratuitous comments probably of like any YouTube channel. I would say my haters to lovers ratio, or my lovers to haters ratio, is like insanely, probably higher than most YouTubers. And that is because I intentionally set the energy at love, right? Like, I pour my love into this channel. I set the intention that it's going to get to the people who need it, right? I focus on that girl. And it used to be that girl. Now it's actual people, because I know you guys. Like, I know the people that are following me. I'm answering your questions. I'm talking to you in groups. I see you on Facebook. Like, I see you here when I do lives. I see you commenting. If you've been following me for a million years and you haven't commented, please get it together and comment me, because I love hearing from you. Because I can't tell you how many times people have been like, oh my God, I've been following you for years and I just want to thank you, and I've never said hi. And I'm like, hello, I want you to say hi. But just know that, like, I've really been able to develop this insanely beautiful community, and there's so many times where I have like really mean comment, not really, but like kind of mean, you know, just ignorant, crude, some people are just on the internet, like, want to ruin people's lives. Other people have valid points, and I'll hear you out. And a lot of times, like, I can't tell you how many times I've also been like, this is another thing. I curse. I also talk about God. A lot of people have a motherfucking problem with that. Other people love it. Some people love it, some people hate it. I am who I am. I'm not going to be any different. I'll guarantee you probably don't even have an avatar on your damn picture that you're commenting me with. So it's like, you don't even have the courage to put your face on YouTube, and you got a whole bunch of shit to say about me. So the fact that I even have the courage to be up here and be myself, you know, what am I gonna do? But I also say, I cannot tell you how many times, numerous times, I still do this, I will always do this on a regular basis. I say, if they have a problem with me cursing, or if they say, oh my God, this is such a great message, but like, you just ruin it with all your cursing or whatever, I go, well, hun, I don't think my channel's for you. And I send you so much love, but this message is totally being spoken by so many other people. Like, there are so many other people saying the same thing I'm saying without the curses. So like, go follow them. And you know what, the way I look at it is, when I lose subscribers that weren't an exact match to me, it leaves open the space for me to receive more people that are absolutely in alignment with, they really need my message, right? So like, if you have an issue with cursing, my message is not for you. My message is not for you. I am here for a specific certain amount of people, or a specific, not certain amount, but a specific vibrational type of person at this point in my life. These are the people that I'm here to serve. When I get passionate, I curse. I can't even help myself sometimes. And it's just who I am. I mean, it's not who I am, but it's just how it comes out. And most people know that I'm extremely loving, and I think that the fact that I curse, it gives a lot of people permission to just be who they are, and that's really what I'm here to do, is give you permission to just be who the F you are. So who am I to not be myself? And who are you to not be yourself? This is gonna make me cry, because like, get your fucking ass on YouTube and be who the fuck you are. Because people need you. People need you to be who you are. So you don't need courage to be who you are. Really, you don't. If you don't worry about what people think of you. If you just say, if you focus on the positive, that there are so many people in this world that need you to be exactly who you are. So who the fuck are you not to be who you are? Now I'm getting heated. but that's how it is. And there's going to be people that have a problem with you being who you are. Chances are it's because they're not being who they are. Because you know what? One of my many teachers and coaches in life and in business has been Chantel Adams, who teaches about, oh my God, she does so many things. The Courage Revolution, she does Shine Live, she does Center Stage Live. She basically teaches people how to do public speaking, geared towards women, entrepreneurs, right? She is the most cookie cutter human being I've ever met in my life, right? She is nothing like me. She won't even say hell on stage. She says, heck yeah! But she is so genuinely that way that I love her with all my heart. It's not like, ew, like she can't even curse, I don't like her. It's not like that. It's like, you know what? She's being so authentically herself. And because I am so authentically myself, I can cheer that on. I can respect that. So just know that people that can't accept you for who you really are, they are not in alignment with themselves, okay? Because a woman that is the complete opposite of me, I love her so much. She has such a beautiful mama, caring, nurturing energy. I mean, she's even more cookie cutter in real life than she is on camera. I'm gonna have to share links for her down below because I owe a lot to her as well. She did help me being able to step out even more in my life to have courage. Isn't that funny that now she does the Courage Revolution? Maybe you guys really will need her. But I honestly did not think that I would talk this much about this, but like, what I want to say and what I want to end this with is that starting a YouTube channel, even if it's a vlog channel, even if it's, whatever it is, or if it's talking about stuff, what I do, which is inspiring people, either way, you're inspiring people. But if you feel called in your heart to share who you are, just share you. And if there's anything stopping you, if it's all the things that I just talked about, hopefully I have inspired you thus far. But if it's other things like I'll real quickly go. I have a newer ring light. I usually share my equipment down below. I have a Canon TI5, Rebel TI5 camera. It's a DSLR. If you're vlogging, you don't need that. You just need your phone or a vlog camera. But I also have the lens that I have is the Canon 50 millimeter, I believe, or 55 millimeter, which makes the really good quality. And then I have a lapel mic, which I'm all about my sound, and I use Adobe Premiere Pro. All of that is like more of the it's not high end, but it's more like the middle end. If you're an established YouTuber, you want to have a kind of a setup like that. Again, I've been doing YouTube for 9 years, so it's taken me a while to get to this point. And it probably costs everything together, I don't know, it's under maybe around $1,000 for everything that I have. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. These days it's probably less than that. But if it's that's holding you back, you just start with where you are with what you got, okay? When I started this channel, I had a phone. That's all I had, and myself, okay? So that's all you need. So you just start with where you are. It is crazy for you to expect yourself to be I almost called myself polished. I am polished. I just curse a lot, that's all. But to be as polished as I am, like, it's so crazy to compare yourself to a woman that's been on YouTube for 9 years. It's crazy to compare yourself to anybody that's been doing this for a while, okay? Go back, watch my first videos, and notice that I had to start somewhere as well. okay? We all started somewhere. One of the things that I love to do is when I find channels that I really love and respect and think, you know, I love the quality and I love the person or whatever, or even like my Instagram, like stuff that I'm looking up on Instagram, I always scroll down to the very first few pictures that they had because I want to see their glow up. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see the progression. I want to see where they started. It makes me feel like I'm okay, like I'm on the right track, you know? And I get so many comments of people telling me how beautiful my videos are. Well, they weren't beautiful when I started. They were blurry and shaky and the sound quality was not as good. But you know what was fucking good? My determination, my will to be there, my desire to be there, and the fucking joy of it. I started this because it was joyful. This particular channel, I started because it was joyful. And I mean, one of my biggest videos has like nearly 200,000 views on it because I was just doing what felt good to do, what was easy to do, what felt like a flow of me, you know? Wow, I didn't realize that this much shit would come out of me. That's so crazy. But if you guys have any more questions about starting your YouTube channel and really like the spiritual aspect of it, the mental aspect of it, the emotional aspect of it, that's really, of course, I can do the techie aspect of it too, because I don't know that you guys realize this, but I'm also kind of a computer nerd. I've always been a computer nerd. I have like a computer nerd. I have a really good computer as well that's like lightning speed, which I guess I could share that down below as well. It's just the Dell XPS 15. Which is comparable to a MacBook Pro, but I am not an Apple girl. I am definitely a Dell girl or a PC girl, so I love it. It's got a 4K screen. I could totally geek out. You know, graphics card, the whole nine, you know. But I'm totally, you know, I am uber spiritual, but I'm also a total tech nerd. So I love doing that. I love doing the editing. I love doing all of this stuff. But I would not recommend somebody starting off getting the Adobe Premiere Pro. I mean, it's like people make movies with that fucking thing. Like you don't want, you know, it's difficult to learn. There's a lot, like you could just get a video editing program on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let that stop you. Don't let the quality of my video stop you or anybody else's stop you from just fucking hitting record and uploading, okay? So just do it, all right? If you have any apprehensions, of course, let us know down below. But also if you have any other questions about starting your YouTube channel, I did not realize that this much would come out of me, but that's just how things go. So I really hope that this helped you. Let me know if you have any other questions. And of course, again, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next week. Oh, by the way, Wednesday's my birthday. I'm gonna be 33. 33, that's a good number. 333 is the Ascended Master's number. 33 feels like a good damn year for me, okay? All right, so happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to all my Gemini sisters and brothers. What else? I think that's it. All right, guys, I will see you next week. That's it. I love you. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed it and I hope that you enjoyed it as well and got a lot from it, even if you are starting a YouTube channel or not. I would definitely ask that you share this video on your social media platforms as well, because it really could help a lot of people, not just people that want to start a YouTube channel, but really anybody that wants to start anything. I think this would be a great video for them. Also, if you are an empath and you want to be a rockin' empath, make sure that you join my public Facebook group called #RockinEmpath. Link is down below. Also find me on social media at Darienne Empire. All throughout social media. Also, the reason I'm so good at saying these things is because I say it every single video, so it's been practiced. Just in case you think, oh my gosh, she's so good at saying that so fast. I just do it every single video, so that's why. Practice, practice, practice. Okay guys, I'll see you next week. Bye. Oh wait, oh my God. Video from the archive. Here's one. Check that out. Video from the archive. Okay, now